Throughout the Essendon Mycoach Series, we've had some really big and close games with the Collingwood Football Club. On ANZAC Day last year, they kicked the game-winning point to win the game by one single point. Still, Sidebottom was the hero in this game, which resulted in the Bombers falling on ANZAC Day in our first clash with the Pies. Fast forward to round 20, and the Bombers and the Pies met again on a dark and gloomy day on the G. The Collingwood Football Club got off to the perfect start and led by a match-leading lead of 42 points. The Bombers responded in the second half with Joe Danaher and Jaden Laverty leading the way. Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody also added in some very good class as the Bombers got the job done, which lead us to this big ANZAC Day clash. We start with team selection in today's video. It is the Bombers and the Pies in ANZAC Day. Round 6 clash. The Bombers go unchanged from their actual team that we had last week. I think this might be the first time throughout this entire series that we've actually gone unchanged. So this is the team that we're taking on the Collingwood Football Club in round 6. Mason Redman, Michael Hurley, Paddy Ambrose, Adam Sard, Cale Hooker, Connor McKenna, Darcy Parish, Andy McGrath, Tommy Cutler, Orazio Fantasia, Shawnee McKernan, Jakey Stringer. It's great to have Jakey back. Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody, Jeremy Cameron, Jacob Townsend, Tommy Bell-Chambers, Dylan Shield, Zach Merritt, and on the bench we've got Kyle Langford, Dylan Clark, Jaden Laverty, and Jordan Ridley. We're still missing a bunch of good players, I'd say. I mean, some players who should return to the team, Devon Smith and Dyson Heppel. As we get into today's clash, it is the Bombers and the Pies on ANZAC Day from the MCG, the traditional ANZAC Day clash, which should be an absolute beauty. Both teams are up there on the ladder. I mean, we've had a slow start to the season. We did have a big win against the Crows last week, which has basically led us on to this point where we can win this game and it really sets up our season. We've had some close losses. We've had some really close games this year. The GWS Giants absolutely embarrassed us. Earlier in I think 2 weeks ago, we struggled to even get a score on the board. But today's game, it's going to be huge for us if we can come out on top against the Pies. So it is the Bombers and the Pies on ANZAC Day from the MCG. Let's let this play out, and then we'll get into the match highlights of probably one of the biggest games of the year.
To run through them. The captains make their way to the middle for the toss.
So here we go. It is the Bombers and the Pies from the G. Like I said, last time we met them on ANZAC Day, the Pies got the better of us by 1 point. So we definitely want to get off to a good start. And a good start we do. Jacob Townsend goes inside 50. Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody, one out. Can't take the mark. But the Bombers get the free kick. Jordan Roughhead throws the ball. Tommy Bell-Chambers lines up and kicks the goal. Tommy Bell-Chambers hasn't really kicked too many goals in this series, but he definitely gets off to the Bombers off to the right side. He kicks the first goal of the game as the Bombers push. Jakey Stringer here. It's nice to see Jake back after returning from his ruptured Achilles. Goes inside 50. Great kick on the lead. And Jeremy Cameron, welcome to your first ever ANZAC Day clash. He lines up and he kicks the goal. So Joe Danaher used to actually have field days against the Pies, I think, last season. I think he kicked 5 goals in the second game that we played him last year. It's good to have Jeremy Cameron on our side. But the Bombers are hot early. Dylan Shield running along the wing. Lovely chip over the top to Jacob Townsend. Gives it over to McKernan. McKernan loads up and kicks the Bombers' third goal. We are away on ANZAC Day. 3 straight 18. Plays the Pies 0 early on. Shawnee McKernan loves that. And the Bombers are well and truly away in this match. Great tackle there from Tommy Bell-Chambers once again. He has a chance to kick goal number 2. Like I said, does not kick many goals. But the Bombers have 4 early goals in this ANZAC Day clash. The Pies were definitely stunned, but they were going to respond. Even though you see here Connor McKenna loves to run, turns the ball over. And if you guys know, Connor McKenna just got diagnosed with COVID-19. So let's hope that Connor has a fast and stable recovery. As we get back into the match highlights here, Jamie Elliott for the first goal for the Pies. He lines up and kicks the goal. The Collingwood Football Club are on the board. They get their first. 1 straight 6 plays, 4 straight 24. Here come the Bombers through the middle. Paddy Ambrose turning on the afterburners to Andy McGrath. He runs through the middle. Great little handballs here from the Bombers, and they go inside 50 here and takes a nice mark here, Jacob Townsend. He has a chance to kick the Bombers' 5th goal of the term, the most we've kicked all year, and he kicks the goal. The Bombers have 5. I mean, we struggled to kick a goal against the Giants for 2 whole quarters. It's good to see the Bombers respond here. Some great pressure from the Pies here and a snap-on goal from Callum Brown. He kicks the goal for the Magpies. They have their second. Even though it is a 24-point game, he gets it back to 18, and they do respond. But the Bombers do come out of the middle here. Darcy Parish runs inside 50 for goal number 6, if you don't mind, and the Bombers have 6 straight in the first term. 15 minutes have gone. We are on track here to get them basically our highest score that we've ever scored. As Shawnee McKernan, lovely little chip over the top to Tipper Moody, who plays on, turns it on the afterburners. He runs in, kicks the goal. The Bombers have 7, and it's a 30-point lead early on in the ANZAC Day second clash of this Mycoach Series. The Collingwood Football Club are not going to lie down. Scotty Pendlebury snaps towards goal, and I have no idea how Hoskin Elliott actually took this mark. Don't understand how he couldn't spoil that. He kicks the goal. The Magpies stay in touch, even though the Bombers have 7 goals in the opening term. Nice goal there from Will Hoskin-Elliott. Great tackle here from Zach Merritt. The Bombers go inside 50 here. Tommy Bell-Chambers goes in. Jeremy Cameron's there. Fantasia's there. Fantasia off the ground. We can't get 8 in the first term. We can. Fantasia kicks the goal. The Bombers have 8 early goals in this match. What a start from the Bombers. What a response. I mean, considering that game against the Giants a few weeks ago and the way we responded the last 2 weeks. 20 plays 48 here. The Bombers do mess this up, though. Zach Merritt handballs to absolutely no one. Applies a good tackle, but Varco out the back. He kicks the goal, and the Pies answer. 26 plays 48. 28 minutes have gone. Surely there's no time for the Bombers to get another one here. Stevenson on the wing. What a quarter from the Bombers. 49 points, if you don't mind. And they stuff it up here. Shocking kicking board. Great tackle. Langford, 32 minutes on the clock, runs in, kicks the Bombers' 9th goal. The Bombers have 9 goals in the opening quarter. The most I think I've ever kicked since the North Melbourne game earlier on in the season, as we have a ball up in the Collingwood forward line. As the siren sounds, what a first term from the Bombers. What a response, considering how badly we actually played, I think, 2 weeks ago. No, we played pretty good last week, but a 9-goal opening term for the Bombers. Huge. Dylan Shield, 5 disposals, and Tommy Bell-Chambers actually kicked 2 goals, so I was actually pretty happy with his game. Trelaw as well, dominating for the Pies. We get into the second quarter here. Tommy Bell-Chambers up against Brody Grundy, and this is when the Pies respond. So the Pies definitely did return the favour. I feel like this was the scoring end. Bell-Chambers gets a nice tap down, but the Bombers just cannot get it out of their backline. Jamie Elliott snaps towards goal and kicks an absolute beauty for the Pies. They are right back in this in a high-scoring match. Every single time I've played the Pies, I felt like it's been a really high-scoring match as Jaden Stevenson takes a mark all alone. I have no idea who's on Stevenson as he loads up and kicks the goal. The Pies are right back in this. It's a 15-point game. Considering the Bombers kicked 9 goals, Orazio Fantasia here has a chance to kick the goal. He misses to the right-hand side. I feel like Fantasia could have played a lot better. He's been struggling of late. I mean, he got in the votes last week, but I feel like he's been struggling as of late. 16-point lead to the Bombers. 40 plays 56 here. Dylan Shield can't apply the tackle. Have a look at this. Great disposal and tackling from the Bombers. I mean, our pressure was up in this second term, considering the Pies were coming back and applying a lot of pressure. Connor McKenna here goes up the wing, ends up turning it over, and Jordan DeGoey has a chance to kick a goal. He kicks the goal for the Pies, and they are right back in this game. It is single-digit game, considering the Bombers kicked 9 goals in the opening term. I can't believe they got right back in this, and we just could not get it out of our backline. I mean, the Pies just had answers. You see here, they almost go inside 50. They end up going inside 50. Dane Beams, who's actually not on the Collingwood roster at the minute, he kicks the goal, and they are back within a goal. I could not believe the Pies fought all the way back. Every single time we played Collingwood, we always seemed to have a tight game. There's a nice mark here to Chris Mayne on a tough angle. Should kick this goal, Chris Mayne, and he hits the post to give the Pies the lead. The Bombers are starstruck at this point. We have no answers, but we do get a little bit of response here. Ball goes inside 50. Great tackling from the Dons. You see here, out the back, Stringer. Handball over to Tipper Moody. Tipper Moody runs into goal. No one's around him. Should not miss this, and he slams it home. The Bombers respond. Anthony McDonald, Tipper Moody. Nice goal here, and the Bombers are back. 62 plays 54. Again, Kyle Langford running into open goal. He's already got one. Kyle Langford decides to pop it over the top, and Jaden Laverty kicks the goal to give the Bombers some breathing space. We kicked 9 goals in the opening term, and considering the Pies got all the way back in this game, Nice goal there from Jaden Laverty as the ball goes inside 50 here. The Pies, though, it is a goal free for all. Beautiful shrug off from Varco. He kicks his second goal of the game, and the Pies are back within 8 points, heading into the final couple of minutes of this term. But Jakey Stringer roves the pack beautifully. Have a look at this from Jake. He kicks the goal. Like I said, it's great to have Jake Stringer back in the team. Bombers have a 14-point lead. Big goal there from Jake Stringer. Darcy Parish getting a lot of the ball in this term. Bombers responded, though, considering the Pies fought back in this game as the siren sounds to end the first half. A real frenetic first half from both teams. A 14-point lead to the Bombers on Anzac Day. 12-2-74 to the Pies. 9-6-60. Adam Treloar has 11 disposals. He's actually playing really well. Dylan Shield being up there for the Bombers. As we get into this second half of football, Bell Chambers gets the tap down, but the Pies all there. But it felt like in this term, we didn't really have answers for the Collingwood Football Club after you see here Adam Sard opening up the ground, just taking them on. Handballs over the top to Jake Stringer. Goes to McKernan. McKernan can run in, does the unselfish thing as Stringer bursts past. Stringer runs in, kicks the goal, and the Bombers have a 20-point lead early on in this term. After this goal, it felt like it was all the Magpies. I mean, we had no answers. Zach Merritt tried hard today. I mean, he tried extremely hard. This Collingwood football team will definitely be a force down the line. I definitely feel like we'll see them down the line if we do end up making the finals. And I mean, this is the season we are trying to basically make the grand final again and go back to back, because that is our goal. If you guys have not seen the first season, go check that out. As Hoskin Elliott kicks the goal for the Pies. It is an 8-point game. 12 minutes have gone. It has been all the Magpies in this term. McKernan gets the tap down. DeGoey gets smashed into the turf, but best on ground probably to this point. Adam Treloar kicks the goal for the Pies, and the Pies are only trailed by a point at this stage. Bombers can't get the tap down, and it is a flurry of goals for the Pies. Off the ground, Josh Thomas kicks a nice goal for the Pies. 24 minutes have gone. Here come the Dons. On the wing, Connor McKenna. Lovely kick over the top to Fantasia, who can run in and kick a goal for the Bombers. I mean, he should run in and kick this. That's what I was thinking. He runs in and misses. Why did he kick on the left foot? There's just some things in this game. It just makes me wonder, why did Fantasia kick on the left foot as Varco takes a nice mark? 28 minutes have gone in this term. Varco can give the Pies a 2-goal lead after the Bombers led by 30 points. He kicks the goal, and the Pies have a nice lead. And it was not going to stop there. The Pies were definitely going to keep coming. Have a look at this. Off the ground. Why is no one on Chris Mayne? Jordan Ridley could not stop this through, and it's an 18-point lead to the Pies as the siren sounds. It was all the Magpies in that term. They controlled the game. 15-9-99 to the Bombers, 13-3-81. Treloar, 13 disposals and a goal. Dylan Shield, 9 disposals. Zach Merritt, 8. Connor McKenna, also really good. Feel sorry for Connor, the COVID Connor. Jake Stringer, 2 goals. McDonald Tip and Woody, 2 goals. And Tommy Bell Chambers, 2 goals. As we get into this last term here, the Bombers needed to get the first goal if we're going to be any chance. 100 plays 81. Bell Chambers, lovely little hand over to Dylan Shield, who runs in, can have a shot, chips it over the top of Jacob Townsend, who takes the mark. Now Townsend goes back. He slots the goal. You can tell this was going to go right down to the wire. This is what it felt like at this stage. The Bombers were definitely going to come, but the Collingwood Football Club just had answers when they needed it. Have a look at this nice spoil from Jordan Ridley, but out the back, swinging on the right foot if you don't mind. Taylor Adams, he kicks the goal to give the Pies a little bit of breathing space. 106 plays, 88. Jeremy Cameron has a chance to kick the goal. He misses to the right-hand side, and the Bombers just cannot kick the goal when it matters, and the Pies come down. Steele, side bottom, you could almost say seals the deal for the Pies. 118 plays 89. Another goal on the board here to the Pies, and they were just too good in the end for us. I mean, we're missing Devon Smith, we're missing Dyson Heppel. Nice little play here from, I think that might have been Laverde to Jeremy Cameron. He kicks the goal. I think Jeremy Cameron finished with 2 goals in this game, but the Bombers just not enough. Dylan Clark, lovely little intercept here. Just a little bit of, make the scoreboard look a bit more respectful. Even though we're up by 30 points, they fought all the way back, the Magpies, in this game. Have a look at this intercept by Dylan Clark. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, he was pretty quiet in this game, but that's a lovely intercept and a really nice goal to end this game. The Bombers tried hard. I mean, it just wasn't enough. Kyle Langford running here. He was pretty good in this game, Langford. I mean, he was pretty stiff not to get votes. I thought he played pretty well. Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody runs in. We probably needed a little bit more out of Tipper in this game. He kicks the goal, and the Bombers get the goal. 107 plays 125 here as the siren sounds to end the game. Collingwood Football Club turn a 30-point deficit into a win. I think they led by basically 30 points. So a 60-point turnaround for the Magpies as they get the job done. Just a little bit too good for us near the end of this game. We definitely need to respond next week. We need to lick our wounds. We need to come back. ANZAC Day 2021 goes to the Magpies. We've lost 2 ANZAC Days now. 119, 11, 125 to the Bombers, 17, 5, 107. 51 inside 50s to 30. Dylan Shield, 10 disposals. Townsend, 10 disposals. Stringer kicked 2. McDonald, Tip and Woody kicked 3. I mean, he was pretty quiet, but he kicked 3. Trelaw had 19 disposals and kicked a goal. Varco kicked 4. Elliott kicked 3. But the Bombers just not enough. Not quite enough to beat the Pies in this game. As we look at the fantasy points, we'll swing over and have a look at them. This game was pretty disappointing. We do have a lot to improve on. I mean, we lost Joe Danaher. We got Jeremy Cameron in the off-season. So we definitely need to build on that. We definitely need to be we need to be much better. As you have a look at here, the disposals, as we go over to the fantasy points, what I love to look at. Bell Chambers, 75. Dylan Shield, 59. Townsend, 59. McKernan, 57. Merritt. As we look at J21 votes for another week, disappointing considering we had a 30-point lead, but we definitely will have to improve. We definitely have to get better. The Bombers just not good enough. For the votes for this week, Tommy Bell Chambers gets the 5, Dylan Shield the 4, Zach Merritt the 3, Darcy Parish gets 2, Paddy Ambrose. I thought his job in the back line was pretty good. I liked what he did on his opponent. Bombers not good enough. Dylan Shield gets the 4 votes. I think he has a big lead now as we look at the leaderboard. He has 18, Zach Merritt 15, Hurley 10, Redmond 7, Parish 7, Townsend 5, Bell Chambers 5. Hope you guys enjoyed the ANZAC Day video. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next AFL Evolution 2 video.